Oh, hey! Welcome to Autofaze. On this video, we're going to do something a little bit different, something that we don't do that often, and that's vehicle maintenance on the Honda Insight. And of course, I probably already lost half of you guys, but stick around, hang out in the garage, and we're going to talk some cars. So, used car ownership. I swear, every time I've done my first oil change on a new, to me, used car purchase, what is up with the oil filters always being over-tightened like the gorilla himself did it? Ah, man, it's just so crazy to me. So, the more you drive a new-to-you used car, the more you find maintenance things that have been neglected or things that you need to do. So we have well over 200,000 miles. Once it started getting really cold here in the Midwest, I noticed that the cold starts, the valves, they're a little chatty. They're chatting it up inside there, and we don't want that. So, first thing we're going to do today is we're going to adjust the valves on this, get these nice and quiet again like it should be once it's warmed up. And I also think I'm going to address I'm going to check out the EGR plate. Previous owner said he did it, but I am getting a little bit of jerkiness when it's trying to go into lean burn and stuff like that. And the number one symptom on these cars is the EGR plate is gummed up. And I probably should have ordered a new EGR plate gasket, but we'll see what happens when we take it apart. Now, what I also noticed when we were driving around for the introduction video is there's a check engine light, and I like to use the Torque Pro app. Anyway, it's a Torque app. I'll put it over here in the corner that shows the code I have. I think it's a P260. Don't quote me on that, but it's either the Upstream O2 or the CAT. I'm really hoping we don't need a catalytic converter, but when we get everything buttoned up, we're going to drive it, and we're going to monitor. We can use that app to monitor the upstream and the downstream O2s, so that's pretty cool. So it seems like something you're into. Like I said, this is normally something we don't share on the channel, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. You know, it's wintertime. We're doing some maintenance, and hang out in the garage with us. No fancy lights, just a guy in the garage doing some maintenance. So let's go ahead and knock this out. It shouldn't take us too long, I wouldn't think. It's been a while since I've done a valve adjustment, and if I remember right, I really enjoy it. So let's do it. So I'm currently discharging and grid charging the Insight here. I did a 3-tier discharge and grid charge. I took it down to about 60, but it didn't last long. I mean, it lasted about 200 miles. If I recall, these are 10s. Bingo. And anyway, so we'll see how it does. I did a deep discharge this time, down to like 5 volts, which is crazy. And we're like 22 hours in on the grid charge. Whoa! We're almost up to 170 volts. So at 24 hours, I'll cap it down. We'll see if I can manage to not lose anything on camera. So I don't really want this to be a how-to, like I said. Just kind of like a hangout session, kind of what I'm doing. And if you do own one of these Honda Insights, man, there's plenty of tutorials online. And the cool thing about these cars is there's actually quite a bit of a following still on forums. You know, a lot of car forums are kind of dead, especially with social media and everything that took over. I didn't really look at a tutorial or anything for this thing. It looks like that should be fine because we'll be able to pull that off. Remove these two things and this bracket, it looks like. We should be good to go. So I'm going to do the valve adjustment first, then I'll probably do the EGR plate. And I am known for losing fasteners, so if I can, I'm going to put things back where they go, eh? So, this is a cool little 3-cylinder. You know, I honestly don't know how many other 3-cylinders have been made. Why won't this unclip? Ah! There we go. That'll give us a little bit of room. I definitely just broke something. Yeah, I definitely just broke something. There was, oh geez, I swear, I'm always doing that. I'm always breaking stuff, you know? Always breaking stuff. All right, that looks like what to me would be PCV. And check this out. So I don't know whatever this is, whatever that was, is now broke. Whatever was holding that on there is now broke. Nice. Nothing like keeping myself on my toes, huh? So it looks like after all of that, I should be good. I agree. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this air intake hot tube. Is that what it's really called? I don't know. But I know it's gonna be in my way when I do the EGR plate. So I might as well take it off now. Rocket air. I actually use this for camera stuff, but I don't want to turn on my air compressor. A lot of sand in this valve cover. On top of it, it looks like. All right. Just bracket off real quick. See what we got going on. I wasn't sure if we needed to remove that or not, but I feel like it might get in the way of taking the valve cover off. I think the torque specs on this valve cover are only like 8 foot-pounds or something crazy. And normally, I mean, valve covers don't normally take a lot of torque anyway. If you don't want to over-crush the gasket. I wonder if these valves have ever been adjusted. I'm always curious to know what these valve readings are going to be. Hold on just a second. Look how small this engine is. I mean, look at this. Hold on. Look at that. Look how, look at this. Oh my goodness. Look how small this thing is. I just realized that. How hilarious. This thing is so small. Seriously. This has got to be the smallest engine I've ever seen in a car, let alone worked on. How funny is that? So, I think we should be good. I don't see anything else. There we go. There we go. That out. All right, here's what we're working with. The smallest engine I've ever seen in an engine bay. So it shouldn't take us that long. I mean, obviously you can see there's not a ton to adjust here. But let's get to work. It shouldn't take that long. Now, I believe, which, let me increase it here. I believe, of course, we're going to get top dead center on number 1. We're going to see a number 1 there on the sprocket whenever we got it aligned. And then you can't see way down in there, but there's also going to be some other things. Wow. Man, I don't know if these valves have ever been adjusted. Yeah, that's a 0.04. I bet it's a 0.05. Let's see what we got here. Regardless, we need to adjust it. Yeah. So our intake, 0.005, it should be 0.007. And this one, yeah, 0.005 again. So we do definitely need to loosen those up. And our exhaust valve's supposed to be 0.008. This one was fine. This one, I'm assuming, it feels like it's in the range of 0.006. So we got some work to do. 0.008 is under there. I'm gonna crack these open. Holy cow, these things are on there. Grab a ratchet. Oh! This had to knock everything down. Of course, my light's about to die, which is nice. Where's my ratchet at, man? Has anyone seen my ratchet? So we're looking for 0.008 on the exhaust side. This light is just not gonna work for me. .008 on the exhaust side. What is going on here? It's .008. Why isn't it going in? Ah. There we go. Nope. Just enough resistance. That looks pretty good right there. Yep, right there. All right. Just enough drag to make it nice. So now basically I'm gonna do this on all of them, and then we'll be done. Double check. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right. Yeah, I love using a torque wrench. I don't do it that often. Most of the times I just send it, but we got one cylinder done. I'm gonna go ahead and knock the other two out. I'll be right back when we get this thing buttoned up and we can see how much quieter it is at idle. To be honest, I am excited to hear the sewing machine instead of the rattle-cat-cat that it was doing. So let's do it. All right, we are all buttoned up. I'm excited to fire this thing up and see how much the valve adjustment really did to quiet this thing down on a cold start. I guess it would help if I had the keys. Keys. Has anybody seen the keys? Oh boy. Where did I put the keys? Where did I put the keys? This time instead of looking for a 10mm, I'm looking for the keys. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, here we go. Alright, got them. Alright, next up, EGR plate. Connect that hose in that goes to that. And then we're going to remove the intake manifold. These lower bolts should be pretty fun. We'll see what we can do to get those out. And then from there we can get to the EGR plate and see how bad it is. My extension's way too long. Way too long. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's loose. That one's super loose. That one's loose. So, that begs the question. Can we get in there? Okay, so I can get in there doing that. Where's my swivel? I have no idea if this is gonna work. I really need a 1/4" drive to go in there, but I have conveniently lost my 1/4 drive stuff. So hopefully we can make this work with my 3/8 stuff. That's very bulky compared to these small areas. Come on. Come on. Oh no, I almost had it. Ah! If you guys could only see what I'm struggling with. Okay. Come on. Alright, there we go. I'm in. Whew. Got it. So that leaves the last one, which I could just get in there. Let's see if we can swap this around, get it to work. Okay, so arg. Okay, try it out. Hey, there we go. Yeah, okay. Last one. Okay. Pull it back. Okay, there's that. Wow, the EGR plate is really not that bad. Well, it doesn't look like it from the back side, of course. Let me slide it off. Come on. Come on. Trying to get this thing out of there is proving to be very taxing. This is not a big hand project. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it's really not that bad. Normally this would be really gunked up, so that doesn't really give me any confidence based on that this is going to help the jerkiness. I'll go ahead and clean it up a little bit, but it really doesn't need that much cleaning. Darn it. 7 days later. I can't believe it's taken this long. I ordered this EGR plate gasket. This is a crush type style gasket. I really wanted to replace it. I could try and clean it up and reuse it, which I'm going to have to because it's in pre-shipment status and USPS still. And I really want to start saving some MPG gas money. And so I got the EGR plate all cleaned up. I basically used some brake clean, some CRC throttle bottle cleaner as my last step. And I'm going to slap this thing back together. This really wasn't that dirty. So I don't think it's really going to help our jerkiness that we were getting on light throttle, especially when it's trying to go into lean burn. So I'm going to install this real quick, and I'll meet you in the car, and we're going to do some cruising, data log monitoring the O2 sensors, and kind of see what the upstream and the downstream, how they're communicating with each other, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're starting to drive off, going up a hill on the highway. I'm at 2,500 RPMs going 65, and I used to get quite a bit of jerkiness. I'd have to dash up to fourth. Dash up to fourth is good. Now, hopefully this video turns out okay because I bought this Samsung S20 Plus. Basically, it's a GoPro mount, but it's for a phone, and I bought it to use with the Draggy. And, to take some draggy video, next time, we were testing out the wife's car, because we all know the Nova's not going to be anywhere close. But if I get one comment about the draggy and the Insight, I might just throw it on, Granted, we'd have to grid charge and discharge the IMA battery a couple times, because the IMA battery doesn't last that long on this thing, and I'm driving engine only because it's already tripped getting on the highway, which isn't a big deal, it's like 63 horsepower, but that's manageable. This car only weighs 1,800 pounds. Man, so far this thing is driving night and day difference. Like, wow. There wasn't that much stuff in the EGR plate either, so this is pretty surprising. But anyway, back to the draggy comments. One comment, we'll throw this thing on the draggy and see what it does. But IMA battery gives you 32 foot-pounds, that's what they say, 32 foot-pounds of torque from the IMA battery. So we would need full assist, to try that out. And I'm going so slow, a semi is about to run up on me, so let me start paying attention here. Let me bump this thing up a little bit, kind of how I drive it when I'm driving around, commuting, going to events, how I'm going to drive it. you haven't seen the intro on this car, it has a lifetime, I just double check, lifetime mileage of 62.5, and I have put roughly over 3,000 miles on this thing already. And I mean, you just can't beat it. I mean, so right now we're in the thick of winter. I'm getting 56.8 with this tank so far. Man, this thing really does drive a lot better. And that EGR plate was not that crudded up. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that it's driving so much better. And as you can see in the corner there, I am data logging to see why I'm getting that check engine light for basically it's saying the catalytic converter is bad. But I wanted to make sure, check out the O2 readings. Now this is a 2000. This was the first year that they came out with them, and I believe it was 2001, which I might have already mentioned this previously in the video, but I believe that they had something in the ECU tripped this code too early, and basically if you go back to the dealer, they would either flash it or replace it. And so a lot of guys on these they extend out the rear O2. I forget what they call those. Anyway, it's not a big deal to me. But I wanted to throw that data log over there, just kind of see what it was doing, when it was tripping the check engine light. Looks like it just tripped. I don't see anything weird with the data I have going in the corner. I'm not seeing anything weird as of right now. Just kind of glancing over there at it. And, we're picking up some speed. We're going, of course I'm not going to tell you, but we're north of 65. So, this thing has been a great daily driver. It's something I did not think I would enjoy so much, and I'm glad she is running great. Engine only right now, but hey, I think once you get above 70, plenty of power to accelerate, decelerate up hills. You get under that, dude, you're downshifting for days. Fourth, third, But anyway, if anyone made it this far, thanks for watching again. You want to see this thing on the draggy for giggles? Somebody let me know in the comments. I mean, I'm not begging anyone to do it, but I think it'd be kind of fun to see how slow this thing actually is. I think it'd be hilarious, actually. That's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.